look, we're making the new counterculture, whether they want it or not. So who's going to run the non-woke answer to Newsarama or the non-autistic IGN?
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him. He's the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who's running IronAge.media, creating Anvil, the anthology.
Iron Age.
Iron Age. Who even knows?
Iron Age. Yeah.
My next co-host, the man who will absolutely make you change. And by making you change, what I mean by that is he is going to help you change from having that story in your head to putting it on paper and putting it into people's hands. And this is the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel P. Riley of whimsyland.org.
Number one Iron Age Booty Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. Welcome back to A Drink with Crazy. I am buying a goat. I love goat. We have a show this evening, or we don't, and it all stops here. That's fine. And so cometh the Iron Age of media. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights. What's going on, everybody? Hey, the voice is there tonight. Oh, fuck off. God. All right. And that's nothing. And nope, he's gone. Okay. No, well, we had a guest. No, I'm just.
And he's back.
Nope, no, he's good. Yeah, no.
And he's gone again.
The hell is that? The fuck? A Drink with Crazy Mike Myers? What the fuck is that?
Be careful, Royce. You go to meet Hedge somewhere, and one day he's going to be wearing your face.
Okay, you're
muted, Hedge.
God, Hedge, stop boomering the boomer.
You completely ruined my whole routine. And he's gonna do the mask with the white claw. I'm Royce. You're crazy. What the? I like to be loud.
This is all just foreshadowing.
No, it's not. I like to be loud. It's I am loud. It's a state of being, not a preference. There's a fucking difference.
I spent at least an hour making that thing, and you won't let me use it.
What a glorious waste
is all
of
like
time.
A sick foreshadowing to whenever he shows up at the Iron Age barbecue, and everybody's like, "This pulled pork's actually pretty good. Where's Royce? I was going to congratulate him on it."
I am here.
He comes out wearing your face.
I'm
right here, guys.
I couldn't buy a single one of these stupid things. I had to buy a whole freaking six-pack.
Excuses. You really sound like Royce, I tell you.
If I'm gonna buy alcohol, I ain't biting Sixers. That'll only get me about an hour. Anyway,
I needed the prop. I'm not drinking it.
I still regret that White Claw that I drank on stream with the Saska sisters. I almost threw up on the floor that night. That they are so fucking gross. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights, the show where we bring you an indie creator every single week, whether that's movies, tabletop RPGs, novels, comics, or who else have we had? Marketers. We've had a bunch of people, guys, across the indie space, through indie businesses, indie creation, all kinds of stuff. And you guys are here now, and it is fantastic to have everybody here. And before we go further into the show, let's say hello to the chat over on the Rumble side of things. We've got Garham. What's going on? We've got Lieutenant Bob. Oh, he's got his alternate name over there. I can't say what I want to. Iron Age Media is hanging out over there on the Rumbles as well. Over on YouTube, we've got Gorilla Mar. What's going on, man? It's good to see you. Maji Chan came in with a $5 super chat and then gifted 5 A Drink with Crazy memberships. Like, before the show even started. Holy crap. Maji Chan's for $5 says, sadly, I have to miss this, but Herman, do give Royce crap in a fresca. I hate all of you so much. I love Maji Chan, but...
Oh, I'm Royce. I like Lake Claw and Fresca.
God, this show's gonna be real short. This show's gonna be like 5 more minutes.
I'm feeling tired already.
Horizon Talker, what's going on?
good.
It's good to see you. We got Timo Burnham. We got the Ultimate Kahuna as well. And the Ultimate Kahuna came in with a $5 super chat as well. He says, not gay or anything, but the hedge is really hot. What the fuck?
Hot.
Royce probably also buy his new book. It sounds like it may be better than his last.
I'm one sexy biatch.
I don't know why that translated into my head as I'm a motherfucking PIMP. I don't know. Apparently, 50 cents on the brain. I don't know why that translated to that. Hey, we got Madness Comic Network. What's going on? It's good to see you. I am so loud. I am actually coming through somebody's audio into the microphone. I will calm down. No, I won't calm down. I just ate like right before the show. Like these guys saw me eat food. I am like wound for fucking sound. Hey! It's a good show. And fuck you. It's a good show.
I got all sorts of props today.
Although I will wait, is that the DVD box set?
Yeah, that's my kids actually.
It's a good show.
Sure,
I will say
it
this
is.
though. I will say this though. After talking with Lit Dev about in one of, I can't even remember, it was either the interview, but like I think that was like right at the beginning of like all the leftist, like crazy, like feminist propaganda. And so there's like a lot of there's some stuff I'd have to rewatch it again to see if there's a lot of that stuff in there because I think we look back on that show with like modern day lens, but it's one of those things. Is like when I was watching it at the time, I was like, yeah, it's not as good as Avatar, but you know, it's all right. It's not as good as The Last Airbender, but you know, it's still a good show. But I'm wondering if like there was all the feminist propaganda in there. So I need to go watch it. I haven't watched it in years. I need to go rewatch it. And just see if like all that junk is in there to see if like, it's not. Anyway, the hedge, you're on the fucking show. Why are you in the chat? Every week I tell you people, you're on the show, you're in the chat. You don't need to do both. This isn't Chicago. We don't vote twice.
Hedge was the chat before the chat was the chat.
You can't be in the chat. Freaking jerks. Oh, I'm gonna get so much mileage out of that.
I want to sell those as merch. I want to sell fucking Royce masks as merch now. Not unironically, would you guys buy a Royce mask? Anyway, we got Garham. What's going on? Oxen W, how are you doing? Bat Sauce, what's going on? Devaney Wilson is here. Oh, Richard, tell your wife
that would be funny. You should really do that.
I should. I need to get better on like my merch and be like, hey guys, check out the new merch. We got JVP Music, Karen M. What's going on? We got King Bob. Finally, he uses his real name.
King Bob.
No, that's not how you say it. King Bob.
Oh, I say it.
Have you not seen the Minion? Never mind. Okay, Daniel's uncultured. It's fine. It's fine. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
welcome back.
I'm the uncultured one.
Well, you know how it goes, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have my fantastic co-hosts, Richard from Iron Age Media and Daniel from Whimsyland. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
I'm trying a new intro. Does it work or is it not as good?
Yeah,
I'm tired and already a drink in. Let's get this going.
I was gonna say now. The only problem is I'm confused. Am I supposed to start talking about my week, or is Daniel supposed to talking about his week? Or are we just cutting it short?
Screwed it all up
now,
Royce.
Herman?
We're just going to talk over each other now because
that
you
works.
screwed it all
That's
up.
Great. I think this is a great policy so far.
Absolutely.
Daniel. There we go. And so now
the level of professionalism here is just
we're nailing it. We're nailing
it. Palpable.
Yeah.
It's palpable.
Yeah.
You can feel the Wait, don't feel the professionals. That's not a.
I was
it throbs.
Concerned about where that was going, but you know.
And the head's
getting a little bit swollen.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure
There's
out.
the line. Step over it. Erase the line.
I don't know.
Make a new line.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey guys, if we don't try new things and new intros, we can't figure out what the people like, and they probably don't like us anyway. It's fine.
I'm surprised
I'm
you care
against
what they like,
change.
Royce.
I generally don't.
Oh, I'm not sure if that's on brand, but you know.
So actually, now did I bring back the record of taking the show off track?
No, not even close.
I just say
Saska sisters
Herman's
did it. Saska
really
sisters
concerned
did
about
it.
this.
6. Well, yeah, I have a reputation uphold. I have a reputation to uphold.
You were the original one you were the first one to take it off track before 10, or no, you did it in 15. Caro did it in 9. The Saskas did it in like 6, and there was no getting it back on like after that. It was.
I don't think you're ever gonna beat them. They just come right in and
I could
away from
have
us.
started beforehand.
When
But
when
that
we
would
have
have ruined everything.
when we have guests on the show that have more energy than me, it's kind of hard to reel that back in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Hey Richard, how you doing? How was your week?
It was good. It was good.
Did you just ask him that?
4
No,
minutes
we're-
later.
we're
I
cycling
said
back
here's my
towards the old
hosts,
intro
Richard
as well.
from Iron
We're
Age Media.
doubling. We're doing a
and
double
Loud
intro.
noises.
Oh
Yes.
dear God, what the fuck is going on right now?
I'm just helping. Herman obviously wants it to be a complete disaster, so I'm just contributing how I can. You know.
Me too.
Oh God.
Yeah, but had a nice podcast yesterday with John A. Douglas. There we go, and Jr. I'm completely blanking on his last name, but
Carol.
Carol.
There we go.
Yeah.
I
I know how to spell it. Don't know how to say it.
Yeah. About what is the Iron Age and everything. That was fun. I still working on getting issue number 4 of Anvil put together. That's coming along excellent. If you haven't checked out the campaign page, everybody, please go do that. You can find that at anvilmagazine.com. And also, let me see here. I'll drop the Indiegogo link in these chats real quick.
Yes.
Because that that actually also has like a catch up and full 2024 subscription option. That's a pretty good deal. And then, yeah. So anyway, just moving along. And then on Saturday or maybe Sunday, probably Saturday night, I'm going to be doing a stream about breaking down some of the like big features that people love about Warhammer 40K and talking about it kind of from that perspective. So I'll be doing that with Mage Leader, and I
Have fun with that.
may have a couple additional guests, one of which you may recognize. We'll see. Fingers
Well,
crossed.
given the direction Warhammer's going, you might have to do that in a dress.
Right? Yeah.
So
I'll be wearing lipstick for the
Jesus.
stream. You know, I know it's
Purple
a visual
hair.
that Royce has been thinking about. for a
speaking
long
of
time.
lipstick,
Door knocker, nose ring.
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get so much use out of that thing.
But yeah, that's about all. How about you,
Wait,
Daniel?
fuck,
How's your
did I
week been?
invite you to the barbecue, Hedge?
Yes.
Damn
Yes,
it!
you
I
did.
fucking did.
Of course. It wouldn't be a proper barbecue without the hedge.
Oh, fuck. Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm exhausted, but I have all 30 of 32 pages for Jason I issue number 2 in now. Just got to get the
you
last
have
2
all
pages
30
done.
of 32.
Yeah,
That, sir,
dude,
that
you don't understand.
that doesn't even fraction.
The final 2 pages are a splash page. That's why they're separate.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet you don't actually
I
need
just-
art for those 2 pages. Well, you probably already have art from other pages or something like that.
No, it's just a big finale splash page for the issue.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So it's a fold out basically.
Ooh,
But
okay,
I had
cool.
to run that separate so that my poor artist's hands wouldn't fall off. It is
minor concern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
fuck
is
those
looking
guys.
really
It doesn't
good.
matter. That's-
I put
that-
some overtures out on artists for variant covers, and we'll see who gets back to me. And in a week and a half, the art contest comes to a close, which means the back cover graphic will be decided.
That's freaking awesome.
Yes. Somebody's getting paid.
That sounded dirty, but maybe not.
Daddy's getting paid.
And on
He starts singing, "I'm just a gigolo everywhere I go."
Anyway, and
That's unfortunately become quite the classic.
ladies and gentlemen, The Hedge. What's
Hey.
going on?
Hey, I'm still upset that I can't derail this earlier than 6 seconds. I should have been able to. Is it 6 seconds after the intro, or is 6 seconds after the intro starts?
Well, when we start the intro, it mutes, so it would be after the intro. And like, I there are only few people that I've ever had on the stream that were just like, yeah, gonna nuke my own interview. You were one of them. You were the first one. You set the trend. Then Caro came in after that. The Saskas weren't good. Who else? No, there was somebody else that came in. Oh, it was actually, believe it or not, like, so, and it was a fun stream regardless, but it was Tyler from Draw and Talk. We're like, yeah, dude, we'd love to interview you. He's like, yeah, fuck that. I want to talk about some. Tyler was like, no, he's like, I don't want to be interviewed. I just want to have fun.
Yes.
He told us that before we even started, and we're just like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I don't. I just want to have it's Tyler. Yeah. So we've not had many people that just came in and intentionally just nuked shit. Dude, you got another book out.
Yes, I do. Another opportunity to buy my book.
You should buy his book.
You need to buy my book, The Revenant and the Cult. Book 1, The Trapper and the Missing Spy.
I'm noticing a theme here.
Yes.
There's a theme.
There's a theme. Well, I decided that if I'm going to do another Hal Cedric book, which is another Hal Cedric book, I was going to like try and keep the cover style the same. So, you know, I contacted Jason Robinson. He's known as Jiminy Cricket. If you've been in and around Mark S. Miller's,
oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Discord, maybe?
Not his Discord, but his live streams. Jason shows up. His name's Jiminy Cricket, and he's a graphic artist. He's done some comic books with some other people, and I think he did like an ash can of Spawn during his time. But he's he's a
jeez.
He is a professional artist, and I actually a long time ago I asked him, said, "So do you do comic? Do you do covers for books?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I didn't want to be insulting or anything, but I just, I know that you're an artist and you draw stuff, and this guy is an excellent artist." And so he gave me some examples, and I'm like, okay, when I get ready for my next book, I'll keep you in mind, because my whole philosophy was, I know a lot of artists. I was going to do a different artist for every book. But I think with these, once I get somebody who I know can kind of do the style that I want, because I want all the books to have the same color for branding, that I'm probably going to keep them around. So I talked to him about doing part 2 of this, because the second book's already written. I just have to go through my usual editing process. And then we're discussing possibly a Kickstarter where I put out a hardback with this guy and the second part combined as a hardback. But that's just pie in the sky right now. So, and in addition to that, I created another bookmark. This is called The Cultist. It's by Jason Gant. He's an artist. He goes by Mr. Motion on Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition, which is I co-host that on Thursdays, and he does these really cool white on black images, and so I said, I want that for my book, and so I hired him. Or what's the term I'm looking for? but anyway, I did a commission, and so he did this. We kind of went back and forth about what I wanted. So I was able to make a new bookmark, which will be when I sell it at events and stuff like that. Comes with a brand new. The book comes with a bookmark, with the bookmark that goes along with it. It's got on the back. It's got his. It's got his QR code and the QR code to the Amazon for the Revenant Cult.
So a while back, Albany and I went to Amazon to find like bookmarks.
Yeah.
And turns out, people don't really do bookmarks anymore.
Yeah.
Like we found like the magnetic ones, like the page holders, they're like you open them up and they're magnetic and so they clamp onto the page. But like actual bookmarks, that's just not really a thing anymore. And I was like, I don't even know when those stopped being a thing, because I remember like bookmarks being some of like the things that like you would pick up for like $1 or whatever, 50 cents at the cash register or whatever it was. Like when I was a kid, it was probably less than that. It was probably like 25 cents. But like to see bookmarks that are in line with the book that you're buying is really freaking cool, and I love that.
Yeah, and the thing is that these things, not only they're a great marketing tool, because not only if they don't want to buy your book, you pull out these guys and you give them 3 bookmarks, and you say, "Here you go," and my code is right on there. You can scan it with your phone if you want to buy the book, and so they walk away with something cool.
Right.
And you have the potential to sell another book. And I do get residual sales off of these things. It's not a lot, but it's quite a few. And then when I go to events, these come with the books. So I give them like 3 bookmarks if they only bought 2 books, or I give them both bookmarks or how many bookmarks I have.
Mm-hmm.
And if they only bought like a couple of books, it leaves open the 3rd book to be purchased. So
that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, and I'm also
That's really freaking cool.
I'm also helping promote artists that I know too. So I mean, I'm helping people out while I'm trying to make my way in the world.
Interesting. Mario Trujillo in the chat says that they stopped making bookmarks around 2010. It was right before ebooks took off. Interesting.
Yeah, and the funny part is that when I went to my first base con, I nobody was buying the books, but so when I packed up my books, I left a bunch of bookmarks in case people wanted them, and people just went up. They were gone by the time I left.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like,
And so are they novelty now? Are they a novelty item now?
I guess, I don't know. I know that they're a marketing tool, and I can
Pretty
get
much.
them away.
Huh.
So when people
yeah, they're like the vinyl. They're like the vinyl of the book world now. It's like, oh no, like all the hipsters are buying them.
Yeah. So I mean, it
cool metal ones.
Not only do you get the book, but you get like something that goes with it, which is kind of cool.
Interesting, dude. I remember the only bookmark that I remember from when I was a kid. It was an American flag bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember that one because that's the only one that I remember. Didn't have a lot of those.
Yeah, and it relates to the book. So
Right.
this
that's the other side of it.
This is an image, approximate image of something you're going to find in the book.
Right.
So, and then like going about helping people that I associate with. Gary Shipman, who is a person I know, it's in Mark S. Miller's circle. Gotta say his name properly. And Gary Shipman he's a fantastic artist. He does Titan Mouse of Might. I keep screwing that up, and it's the guy's a fantastic artist. So I had him do the map.
Really nice.
Yeah, the map inside my book. So
wait, hold on. No, do it again. There you go. Oh, sweet, that looks awesome.
Yeah,
I love maps. Anytime there's book maps, I'm just like, nope, we're good.
So this time I actually put in a map. The other one was the Wizard Stone. I didn't put in a map because it was too large, and I didn't know if it would be kind of like pointless. I have a very large world, so it'd be kind of pointless to put a map in there.
So with the Wizard Stone, and then you have Revenant in the Tomb, then you have
Yep.
Revenant in the Cult.
Yep.
And the Revenant books are separate from the Wizard Stone book?
Yeah. There was
Okay.
it's a separate character because I didn't. Well,
separate character or separate world?
no, same world, separate character.
Oh, okay, cool. No. All right, I'm locked in now.
Yeah. The
Like,
matter of fact, the Revenant and the Tomb was supposed to be kind of like I want to say a throwaway book. It was a book that I was going to publish. It was actually I was originally going to give it away for free. Nobody freaking wanted it. You know, the people who got the free copies were my friends, people who knew me, and
Okay.
nobody else.
so you're triggering me. And this is something that I learned.
Go to your
I'm
safe space.
I'm triggered.
Go to your safe space, Royce. Go to your safe space.
I'm in my safe space, bitch. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Anyway. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of sarcastic podcasts lately. Anyway, no, the one thing that I've always realized, and I cannot remember where I heard this or who I heard it from, but I heard it from somebody fairly predominant. They're like, never give your product away for free.
You're correct.
And they were like, and they're like, even if you charge somebody $1 because you're brand new, but here's the thing. If you get somebody to give you that $1, they're like, and this was back in the, the music days, they're like, and they take that disc, they are less likely to throw that disc on the floor of their car and forget about it under all their trash because they just separated themselves with $1. They had to give something for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is here I am, I'm self-publishing. I went through all of this querying nonsense and got absolutely nowhere outside of digging myself a pit of depression in my backyard. And
how deep was your pit of depression?
Oh, it was pretty deep. I mean, I between the first time I queried and this time around, I suspect that I'm probably at about 120, 150 rejections at this point. So it's like, and the funny thing is I suspected that would happen, and it came true. So, and that's the thing I get mad about is when I predict something that's going to happen and it happens. It's like, so, but you know what? If you don't, everybody goes around saying, well, you don't know until you try. I'm 58 years old. Screw trying. I know it's going to happen. Screw it. But anyways, putting that aside. So, yeah, you're right. Don't give stuff away for free. But, I was going to go into this self-publishing. I was doing all this marketing, research and marketing, and you go on YouTube, and one of the marketing ideas that you see on those stupid YouTube advice videos is create a short story or a book and give it away for free as like a trade for an email. Well,
Who the fuck said that?
It's dude.
YouTube gurus are like, have you never seen YouTube guru channels?
Have you met me? I'm too busy to watch stupid shit on YouTube.
Oh, dude.
You would be surprised at the amount of absolutely freaking useless advice that's out there.
Dude, the amount of YouTube channels that are out there, just like, and what just so Daniel knows and so Richard knows, like, because I'm
Richard
always trying to
looks like
look
he
for.
already
I'm
knew.
always just trying to look for better things to do with my channel. And every so often it'll be like just, gear for my channel, cameras, stuff. It's like, oh, do these. And it's like the top tips for YouTube in 2024. And it's like, and these guys are always like, I can help you grow your YouTube channel. Cause I look at a bunch of, and you look at their subscribers and they have like 60,000 subscribers. They don't even have a fucking play button. And they're going to tell you how to fucking master YouTube. But they get a bunch of freaking views, but they don't get they get more views than they should for their subscriber count. But literally all they're doing is selling promises. They don't actually know what they're talking about. And so
technically it sounds like it's more the interest of the potential than it is what they actually have. Like, it sounds like what it always is a question that everyone wants answered. How do I do X? So you go and look at random videos looking for a clue, and that's why these guys have such high view counts.
Yeah.
Well, it's like game tutorials. You'll see this with
Yeah.
game tutorials and
Well,
with programming and whatnot. Like
that-
there's all these tutorials, and it's like you never escape tutorial hell.
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing too is that it goes hand in hand with all the writing advice out there, and I've come to discover
Which
that
is all crap.
it's all crap, and I've come to discover that you can give out writing advice if you're young, cute, and have breasts.
That's
I mean, I
fun.
got
That's
breasts,
fucking
but
funny.
I'm not.
That's-
cute.
Please no,
Say, 1 out
dear
of 3 is
God,
not
no.
bad, Herman.
All right, guys, if you're not on Twitter in 5 minutes photoshopping the hedge with breasts, you have all fucking.
He already
Dude, I
said
was
he
I,
has
I
that.
was already
Chat,
You
there's
just
your
need to-
homework. You have one job.
I was already trans Herman, dude.
I remember that. That's right. Oh God,
then-
you were trans Herman. That was the funniest shit ever. I felt so bad for you.
Well,
I
oddly
felt
enough, that
bad,
didn't
but
happen.
there was no way that I was gonna let all the shit you give me. There was no way I was gonna pass that the fuck up.
So, but
I think, didn't we call you trans Herman for like a
Yeah.
month in the Gilded? It's like, oh, you changed back.
I detransitioned,
Oh fuck! Oh
Silly
God.
trans Hermanist.
but the breast never went away. Anyways, so getting back
You
to
can't
my
just scoop them out with a spoon, ladies and gentlemen. That's not how it works.
That's a little weird.
straight edge razor. Anyways,
Jesus.
Back
so-
on track here.
So okay, so I tried the
What
giveaway
track?
thing. I tried the giveaway thing, and that was an absolute disaster. So I told my wife. Matter of fact, my wife had read the book before I tried giving it away, and her look at me was like, "So you gonna give this away, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay." She didn't want to give it away. She goes, you should probably sell this. So I decided, well, if I can't build an email list in a month, because that's what they tell you, build an email list. If I couldn't build an email list in a month, then I would publish it. Well, I didn't build an email. I actually took it 2 months, and I didn't build an email list. So I decided to publish, put it out there, and a year later, I sold about $220. So not exactly great, but given that most authors sell 12, maybe a dozen books,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna
in a
say
year.
that's not bad.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
really good.
So,
What does that average out to? That averages out to a whole 4.5 books a week.
Yeah.
Almost.
somewhere, I don't know.
I mean, that's really good. 4.5 books a
Yeah.
week, or give or take somewhere in
Yeah.
that ballpark.
So, and then during that time, I remember I would like go and check all my social media sites, and I'd be getting people coming up going, "So when's the follow up going to happen?" And they get like going, "I want to see Hal Cedric. I want to see more about the relationship between Hal Cedric and Herodine, and I want to hear more about Tulfgear and this, that, and the other." And my original thought was, this was just a free thing I was giving away. Hal Cedric was frickin' disposable. I had no intention of writing any more about him, and I was going to go with this one book, the Wizard Stone with Odo, and then I was going to release some stuff I had sitting in cold storage, rework it. I'm still going to do that, but I was going to rework it and put it out there, and then I was going to go on to my final series I had started like back in early 2000s. And then I was like, well, I got people clamoring for more Hal Cedric. I guess I gotta give them more Hal Cedric. And I actually the forward of
Give
the
the
forward of
people
this
what they
book
want.
I'm glad
talks
you did.
about
yeah.
all of this.
That's cool.
So I started that. I think it was like in probably around August of 2022, and I tried to write a bunch of stuff that would give all this depth to this relationship and some background and all that other stuff. And it was like around Thanksgiving, and it was around Thanksgiving of 2022 that I was like, I had 5 chapters and I had absolutely no action. And I'm like going, this thing's going to turn into a dog. So then I had to go back and revisit it, and I cut out a whole bunch of chapters and rewrote the story. And then I think probably by, I forget when it was, but I think probably about spring or summer of 2023, I had something, I think. Is that right? 2020. Yeah, about spring or summer 2023, dressed it up, sent it out to beta readers to get their response. And then during that time, I was like, and because the book itself was like about 100,000 words, which is, basically double this size, which is a respectable size book. It's not anything big, and most fantasy books. Most fantasy books are easily 100,000 words or more, and
unnecessarily most of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I had more than enough that I felt had enough action in there and enough enough pause between the action and a lot of the intrigue where it was workable. It worked. And then I started over that time started watching what people were talking about in the discords and in chats and in the Gilded. And I hear about, oh yeah, I need to save up for this project. I need to save up for that Kickstarter. Or, I really want to buy this book, but I'm gonna have to save up. I might have to get it next month. And I'm like going, we are in a down economy. And technically the story I had was it was 2 distinct stories. I could break it right in half and make 2 distinct stories. And so I talked to my wife about it, and she thought it was a good idea. And I gave her the reasons why she thought it was a good idea. So then I decided I was going to split up the book and do just 2 books, 2 releases. And then that would be the complete book. And I that way be able to price it lower, and people could enjoy the first part of it and then wait for the second one to come out when they have funds so they can buy it and then finish the story. So that's kind of how this all came about.
It's not a bad strategy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already mentioned this a couple of times. A couple of people said, oh yeah, people are going to accuse you of a cash grab. I'm like, dude, I'm paying for 2 freaking separate covers. Right?
Yeah. Well,
they'll still accuse you.
Here's the issue. If you look at people and you say, hey, I realize that like for what I have to charge for the book that I have, like people are definitely on the outs. Like it is a down economy right now, and you want to sell your books to people and put it in their hands so they can enjoy the story. But selling the whole book, like I can't tell you how many times my wife and I have made the decision to be like, oh, well, we're not going to get this thing because we can't make like payments on it. Exactly. But if you break it up into, because we just can't afford that whole thing all at once right now. But, well, I'll be damned. If you just break it up into smaller payments, we can do those installments like that over the course of everything. You know, I thought that was a great idea. I remember talking with you about that. I thought that was a great idea. Yeah. And then, so someone here was a beta reader and said, hey, this is a good story, but your ending sucks on the first book. So I had to go and add more stuff.
It wasn't me. It was apparently Richard.
Well, I didn't say it sucked. I just said I felt like
I cried and
I did
bitterly
cry. I laughed about that, but it was. I mean,
laughed
I wanted
audibly.
to see him cry, but I also wanted it to be the best book it could be. So
So I had to add a couple of chapters, and it was funny because I'm in a Facebook group called Writer Dojo, and it's Larry Correa's writing group, and Larry Correa's Monster Hunter, and so I've actually gotten a bit of a I'm actually a bit of a personality there. Imagine that, and
Oh, you're a bit of a personality. I never would have
don't
imagined
say.
that at all.
Shocking as that is, because I'm very sensitive and all that. Anyways, Anyways, so I remember when I was trying to finish up the complete manuscript, I kept saying like, you know, 2 more chapters and I'm done. 2 more chapters and I'm done. I said that for about a freaking month. I must have added to the original combined manuscript. I must have added something like 12 chapters. So
Jeez.
so then I
Yeah.
got done and I split up the book, and someone in this live stream said my book sucked. So then I had to turn on in 2 weeks it'll be done.
Richard,
2 more
I'm proud of
chapters
you.
it'll be done.
Richard,
It
I'm
wasn't
fucking
that.
proud of you. Richard, I'm proud of you. I don't know, like.
You made Hedge cry.
It made me cry.
This
Wait, you made him
pleases
cry?
Royce.
I'm even more proud now.
Yeah. This
Thank
pleases
God.
Royce.
Oh, Richard, you're a saint. I love you. Wait, what? That came out wrong.
Yeah,
I was
it's a
going to go
little
heat
much.
up my coffee, and now maybe this is the best time to do that. We can just leave it on that awkward note.
Just slowly back away from the mic and then slide off screen.
No, Quebec, I love you. Sorry, that's an inside joke that nobody knows.
I am
but
actually
me.
going to go
It's
heat up my coffee. I'll be right back, everybody.
All right.
I'll do this. Hold on. Let's see if I can actually do this properly.
Wait. What? Oh God, I'm very afraid. Oh no.
There
no.
we go.
You have a
You
hard.
can look at Anvil and other worlds, I guess.
What the hell camera do you have that you have a hard zoom? What the fuck? Anyway, Hedge, what's going on?
Hey, so where were we again?
You crying.
Yeah, I cried. I
Yeah.
cried bitterly.
Yeah,
for
he said your
weeks.
book sucked.
Yeah. So I added a bunch of chapters, and in actuality, he was telling me something I knew. I knew deep in my heart it wasn't, because I was asking, "Do you think it's good enough? Do you think it's good enough?" And if I'm asking it, "Do you think it's good enough?" Odds
It's not
are
good
it's
enough.
not good
It's
enough.
not good
So I added a couple chapters, and actually they worked out the way I added them. They worked out. They really forward the story because they set up the next book. Like they really set up the next book. And I wish I could say how, but I can't. So the
You could
you know,
say a little bit. Teasers
no,
aren't
screw
bad.
that. No.
Teasers
I will
are
say this.
horrible, Royce. People shouldn't talk about anything that they do ever.
Not ever. Never.
I will
No.
say this.
Like
The cult that's involved here is somewhat of a mockery of what we would consider Christianity.
For
So.
shame.
Kind of. I'll leave it at that.
Going to send nuns
fuck you,
to
spoiler
Hedge's
people.
house.
I can't give spoilers. Spoilers.
So,
Mm.
but the thing is that my wife has read both the beginning, the first and the second, and she said that the second is by far better than the first. She
Which
goes, I
means-
like the first. The second one is even better.
Which means that you are actually learning and building as an author.
No, I mean I kind of wrote it like that. I wasn't planning. I intended it to be like that.
So you did not get better between book 1 and book 2.
He intentionally put the worst foot forwards, is what
Oh,
he's saying.
No,
No, that
every
makes sense. That's the
No,
hedge. I
I'm
can see
kidding.
that.
every story is a build to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
every story
that's
is a-
okay. So she's reaching the penultimate and ultimate moments in the story
Yes,
where okay,
exactly.
that makes sense. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
but in the way the book got split up, it actually I was sitting there thinking to myself, this is actually 2 books, because the first part of it is almost like I wouldn't say it's a mystery, but it's like suspense and intrigue. There's more suspense and intrigue.
Right.
The second part of it is more horror and action. So I mean, there's action in both, but the first part is really setting things up for the second part.
Okay.
And my wife is an action junkie, so she likes watching Steven Seagal movies, no matter how bad they are.
Under
And-
Siege 2. Love
Yeah.
Under Siege 2. I don't even give a shit. That's one of my favorite Steven Seagal movies.
You need to hand in your man card. Anyways,
Do you
so-
know why? Do you know why? Okay. Just it's a side note, real quick.
Why you need
'Cause
to hand in
I'm
your
bringing
Vanguard.
back the
I mean, I
mask.
think it starts
Here
with
we
the White
go.
Claw, and then the
There
list
is-
just goes on.
There's I believe it was the second movie. It was the one on the train, I think. No, either way, he looks at somebody. He looks at somebody in one of the Under Siege movies, and because I don't know any other. The only Steven Seagal movies I know are the Under Siege movies, and it's because my dad had them on VHS, and we would sit down and watch them, and that's probably why I like them, because I would watch them with my dad. But the one guy is sitting there and he's like, man, he's like, I don't get paid enough to do this job. And he was like, this isn't a job. It's an adventure. And I'm like, that's such a great line. And that's honestly why I like the Under Siege movies. It's just that one line that I remember from when I was a kid, and it's a dumb action movie, and the guy is big, fat, can't move worth a shit, and they showed him off beating a whole bunch of dudes down, and I don't even care. It was just funny, and that one line, it's not a job, it's an adventure. And I was just like, that's a great line.
that line was actually one of the promo lines for military recruiting. It was.
Was it
Yeah,
really?
it was. Yeah, that's the
No
reason I
kidding.
used it. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah.
United States Army. It's not a job. It's an adventure. So
Oh God. Yeah, yeah. So
that
side
was
note.
that was before they decided to do cartoons.
No. They're back to the OG ones now. They're targeting their primary demographic now.
Yeah,
We're back to go to World War III, baby. We gotta get them white boys back on the front lines.
so
I will say this though, the military had some cool ass recruiting ads back in the day.
yeah, and then they got stupid. But
I mean, they've always been stupid. Like, let's be honest, they've always been stupid. But when you're sitting there and they're just, when you're sitting there and all of a sudden you just see fucking F-22 screaming across the screen, and it's like, we own the skies, and you're just like, yeah. They're like, you could own the skies with us, or some shit like that they said, and you're like, become part of the Air Force, and you're like, yeah, I should go do that, and then yeah. I thought about it. I actually very seriously thought about it. Anyway, so you've got books. You were talking
Yes,
about
I have
Under Siege. You mentioned Steven Seagal.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah,
And then you fanboyed on us.
Yeah, you know what show
Oh,
you
More of
were-
a fan
I'm like,
girl moment,
there is
really.
there's
Steven
just a
Seagal.
cavalcade. There's a cavalcade of failures that you've done here for a proper interview, Hedge. And like the first one was, you were like, hey, like I got a book, like can I be on the show? And then and then that this is all your fault. I'm blaming you.
Okay, I'm good with that. What?
I don't know. I came into this live stream aggressive. I was just like, no, the Hedge is gonna be on. I'm like, he's got a new book to sell. Fuck the Hedge.
If you can't be if you can't create absolute chaos by being an agent of chaos, what good is being an agent of chaos then?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No. So, I'm agent of chaosing.
Did you say you're Asian of chaos?
Agent of chaos.
A little slip there. Just a little one. Good recovery, though.
So, anyways,
anyway, go on.
so that's my book.
Which you should buy.
Yes,
You
you
should
should buy my book. buy my-
yeah,
Buy my book.
buy his book. It's right there. There you go, guys. It's in the chat.
For those of you, for people who are listening who don't know anything about your setting, particularly with House of Drick and I'm blanking on the name of the
Herodini.
well, not Herodini, but the realm itself.
It's because I don't have a name for the realm.
Okay, all right. Well, I thought what is it? Don't you have a
Well,
map?
the
I guess it
land,
just names
yeah, the
different
land,
things.
the land is called the Land of Orem. But
Okay, there. So
That thing.
yeah, that thing, the setting of this place. Can you introduce everybody to kind of what's going on, what kind of world this is, and just a little bit of cover the basics. And now that we've gone through an hour of shenanigans, I figure
We're 49 minutes and
okay,
now it's 50
49
minutes.
and
Now
however
it's
We
many
need
seconds.
more
Well, if
shenanigans.
you want me to make it an even hour, I can do that.
I mean, yeah, just gab for 10 minutes. Tell us about it.
Okay. So the there you go. I'm getting
That's
paid
the
to do this
most-
job.
That's the most. Hold on. That's the most. Yes, guest. Please talk more. I've ever fucking heard on one of our shows.
I'm trying to help him out here. I like the books. I want people to buy them. I'm trying to help him make a pitch here. But you know how Herman is. If you try and just be like, "Hey, so can you tell us just a little bit more?" Oh, no.
No.
The what? The what? The thing that I wrote about?
You want to know
You
about the book?
want me to talk about
Blood
that?
Buy
from
the
the
damn book.
stone,
Yeah,
bro.
I do.
Blood from
dumbass.
the
Yes,
stone.
Yes.
I literally was like, hey, like, is there a teaser? No, fuck teasers. Nobody does that. Fuck that. I'm like, wow, like even
Who would
movies
enjoy
do
reading this book,
teasers.
Herman?
Like,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
like, you ain't got nothing
People-
to get
some
to
people
buy
like
the
it,
book.
I don't-
He's like, he's just like, buy my book. I'm like, what's in it? Fuck you, buy it.
Yeah.
Buy it and find out.
It's very mixed signals here.
People like it. Buy it. Don't give me crap.
Yeah, you guys should be really excited about my world. Well, what's in your world, Herman? Buy my book. Then you'll find out what's about. But I'd like a teaser. No, you need to buy it. To
I got a bookmark. You can have a bookmark. Can you tell me what
It's
what-
got a
what's the
code
deal with
to
the
the
knife?
book.
What's he doing?
Is the bookmark
It's on-
enough?
He's on a bookmark. What more do you want from me?
I gotta do it on a
There-
bookmark.
I tried.
Take it from there.
There's a code to the book on the bookmark, by the way.
Yes, but what's in the book, Herman?
No, there's a
Well, I don't know.
code.
Hey, you got to buy the book before I tell you what's in the book. Yeah, but is there a teaser for the book? Buy the book. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's a code. Hello.
You have the teaser. You can play the teaser from my book if you really want.
I could.
You
I could
have
play.
the teaser.
I
We
have it on your
wanted you
website.
to
I just
do it.
pulled it up on your website. I think maybe. Where'd he go? Oh, watch
You're
this.
gonna make Royce do stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
that never ends well.
Oh crap! This is on your website. I need to go to your actual YouTube channel to do it. Just talk.
Okay. Anyways.
What did I just say?
I fucking yeah. Fuck off.
The world itself, although I don't specifically talk about it in the books because I kind of like keep the lore. I only apply the lore as it goes to the book. The world itself is actually conceptually on the outskirts of heaven, and the only way you can actually get to heaven by passing through what's known as the Wall of Mists, which is across the Western Sea. That has absolutely nothing to do with the book, but you wanted, so there you go.
I
It-
wasn't asking you to reveal deep lore, but that's
All right.
interesting. I like it.
So anyways, because of that, there is a very strong connection between heaven and this world. Men exist in this world. It's a bit of a mystery where they came from. They originated in the East, came over to the West. And then there was a revolt of a bunch of angelic beings. And the fallout of that was a very terrible war, which caused a lot of havoc. These rebel angels fell. One of them was banished into the void. He's kind of like Morgothian type stuff. And of these angels, there are 4 primary ones, and they basically make up what's known as the religion of the 4, something I touch on in the book.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's banished. Their other 3 are still active. And then the prologue talks a little bit about, or the prologue actually hints a little bit about what's going on with the remaining 3. There's a prophecy involved. Actually, there's several prophecies involved. And I touch on it again in the book, actually, in a couple places, specifically in this book. Within each age, an evil rises and another war breaks out. So to sort of like cull some of these rebel angels, they've created there are created a bunch of these revenants. The name actually comes from the first book. They're not actually revenants, but the name comes from the first book. And they're basically people who have died and been reborn or remade, and they are superhuman, and they have flaming swords that they go around finding these rebel angels and all the terrible works of their hands and destroying them. So, and they are very bad dudes. You don't want to mess with them. So that's the long and the short of it. Now buy my book.
You know,
Buy his book.
Cornstalk is a really bad dude.
There we go.
I told you what you needed to know. Buy the book.
Yeah.
Now this story actually picks up right after the Revenant in the Tomb, about a year after, and it has to. There is a spy, because there's a network of spies that are looking for all of these some of these like creations of these angels and these angels themselves. And one of those spies goes missing. So Hal Cedric and Herodine, who is his companion, they're sent over to this land called the Orm to go looking for this guy. And they have another agent there named Roe, and that's the guy that they meet up with. Now go buy the book. Okay.
What can you? Wow, just.
I
Hey,
just
here's the
not
thing you
spoiler
told me
after
to pull up a
spoiler.
while ago. Yeah. What?
I have seen glories whereupon you would cast yourself to the ground,
Oh, it's you.
tremble, and hide your face in fear.
Blame the hedge.
And I have gazed into the abyss from whence evil comes unto the world, witnessing sights that would drive men to madness. Sights that would haunt your dreams until the ending of your days. Thus I was made, and to such ends I go, to dispatch the will of the All-Father, he who has raised me and set me on my course. My life a mere consequence of the ends by which the All-Father seeks to lift man from darkness into everlasting light and life.
That sword's on fire.
They
Did
do
I
that
not-
sometimes.
Did I not mention the flaming sword? Did I not say that?
Flaming? Are you? Never mind.
Oh, look at the sword. Oh, I just love
win.
how this room is decorated.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah. So I found that
That sweater looks good on you. Anyways,
What did I do? I knew what I was doing tonight. I knew I was like, yeah, the hedge is gonna be. I even told my wife, I was like, no, I'm happy. It's gonna be like a laid back stream. I was like, the hedge has been on before. Like I always have a blast with the hedge.
no.
Yeah, regrets are made. Regrets.
No,
are
I was never going to make this a
no,
laid-back
no,
stream,
yeah,
like
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Laid back.
No, I will say this, and I know I said this to you in DMs. Man, I wish I could have done a better job in the voiceover than I did. Like
I'm sure Herman feels the same way, Royce.
Oh, dude. Well, here's the thing: is oh god,
I would never say that publicly.
I would absolutely fucking say that publicly. That was
I was gonna say I would.
I think the hedge got to a point where he was like, okay, Royce, it's enough. It's just fine. Just fucking stop. I was like, no. I was like, no, hedge, I'll give you better. And he's like, no, it's because like I think the hedge knew. He's like, I'm not getting any fucking better, and I gotta get this fucking trailer out.
You did a hell of a lot better than the guy I hired at Fiverr. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, that
You
was your
paid
first
somebody
mistake.
money to do less than what I did.
Yeah.
First mistake.
Oh, really?
It was bad. It sounded like on hold. It sounded like an on hold voice.
Oh no. Dude, I like how many takes did I send you?
Come follow Hill Cedric while he's
Yeah.
you sent about 4. I think it was the
And if you act now,
Well, I sent you.
I think it was-
I know I sent you. No, I think I sent you 5 recordings,
Mhm.
but I had done each of those lines. God knows how many times in each of those recordings.
yeah, and
Like
what I did is I busted up. It was the next to the last one. I was able to kind of pick out pieces from like the 5 different attempts that you did, and I got certain pieces because I like that one part where you said something like that would haunt your dreams, and your voice kind of cracked. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. So
yeah.
that
Well, you were asking me for something like that. You were like you wanted like like remorse or like like fear. I can't remember exactly which one. I was like, fuck, how do I get my voice to shake like that?
yeah, and
You
I was
know.
like, it wasn't
said,
exactly
Honey,
what I
come
was.
over here.
Mhm.
I said, "Well, haunt your dreams." Anyways, but anyways, so and then some of the other ones kind of like I wanted it to sort of sound dour because the part in the book where he says these things. This is directly from the book. The part where he says these things in the book he's sort of like I don't want to say lecturing. Yeah, he's lecturing someone about his what he is. And there's a long story, and there's actually a long section where they talk about service, and it's something I pull out of the Bible. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And he describes what that means. So, you were going to say something profound, hopefully.
No, not even remotely close to profound. I remember when you said I remember when you were like, hey, because I was like, okay, what kind of voice are you thinking of? And the voices that you described to me, you were like, I want somebody that sounds young, young with a youthful voice, but with but with old wisdom behind them. And then you gave more descriptors to it.
Mhm.
And I literally sent back to you, I'm like, so you want me to sound like Anakin Skywalker, but with the wisdom of like Liam Neeson from like and you were like, that's it. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to combine Hayden Christensen and Liam Neeson? Like, dude, I thought about that for like 4 days. I was like, how do I do that? Like, I was practicing in my truck driving home. Like, how do I merge Liam Neeson and Hayden Christensen? Because you were, what pissed me off so bad about that is you were like, that's exactly what I want. And I was like, no, I was kidding.
Yeah, no, and the thing is I was able to take all those different pieces and because there were certain things like you would like end on an up note when I want an actual down, but another one you'd end on a down note in that area, and it's like I can pull that out and add it with this, and then you got that part where your voice cracks, and I can put that in there and put that all together. And between those, like the five different takes, I had exactly what I put on there, and it was very close to what I imagined.
Well, and that was the thing, because I remember, like, and you put a lot of faith in me for that one, and I do appreciate it. That was one of those things just where I was like, okay, well, like, Because I recorded, I know I sent you recordings and I was like, hey, in everything that I'm going to do, you might hear me say the same thing like 5 different times, but I'm going to slightly change it and alter it every single time. So hopefully you get what you want. And that was, and there were things in there you're like, I was surprised you were able to pick out. You're like, no, I like this one. And I'm like, and I know what alteration I did in my voice, but I was like, oh, wow. Like the fact that you can pick that out, like you're like, that was surprising to me because I was like, okay, maybe I'm being too subtle. Maybe he's not going to pick that out. And I think it was like the second line. You were like, I like this line. And I was like, really, that one? It was I can't even remember what line it was that you said that with. And I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, the hedge knows what he's looking for. And like, I actually started getting intimidated at that point. I was like, oh fuck.
My
Like,
God, he knows exactly what I'm doing now.
well, like, cause like I'm the audio guy and I know what I'm hearing. And I send things to people. I'm like, hey, I did slight alterations here. And when somebody comes back and they go, I liked this one, the rest of them were garbage. This one, you did this, this, and this. And I was just like, wait, he heard what I did? Oh, shit. Step up your game.
Dude, I sit there and I go through every single word of those audiobooks. So, and the thing is that, the person who does that type of stuff's not going to get it 100%. Even what's in your head, they're not going to get it 100%. So you have to tolerate a certain amount of their interpretation of what you've written. But I want to get something that doesn't sound plain and has a little bit of drama to it. So I was able to take those dramatic elements, pull them out from the different pieces and put them together. It may not be exactly what was in my head, but it works. So, and Steve's the same way. When I do, Steve Fortune is the guy who narrates the audiobooks. By and large, I don't tell him what to do. He just does it. And I don't think I've ever told him how I would like a line done. I just kind of let him go about doing it. And he, of course, the guy's an actor and he just is able to hit those lines perfect. But I mean, none of us are actors. None of us have been acting on stage for like 20 years. So you have to have a little bit of leeway there. But but he did some lines for the Wizard's Stone teaser. One of them was, and I forget what the guy's name, Thagmar. He was a merchant in the port city, and he's sitting there kind of haggling with Enoch about price of some stuff. And Enoch says that's awfully expensive. And he goes, well, discretion has its price. And I kind of wanted it sort of like kind of sleazy. And with the thing, he really didn't do it sleazy, but nobody's going to notice. So I sort of just put that in there with all the other voices. But when he did the book, because he has all that context, it came out a lot better. So the problem is giving context, and that's where it kind of gets tough.
That is true. Stuff and things.
Dead air. Dead air.
Well, you rambled for so long there, Herman. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to cut you off.
You rambled for so long. Of course, I shouldn't be
Royce,
saying
it's
this.
not hard to make him cry. Once you get him,
She's making me cry.
all you have to do is say, you got to write more.
You gotta write. I can't write more. Sure.
That's how you upset. That's how you upset the authors. You say, more words, word boy, and then
Yes.
Get back to the typewriter. That's not enough, man.
And then they get sad.
Yeah. So
and you counterintuitively, you can't say, get back in your little writing cave, peasant, because that's what they want. So you say, I'll make you go out in public and talk to people if you don't get to writing. And then they start panicking. Yeah.
Oh no. I can't do that.
fact, I did an entire video on that. So author engagement. I don't know if anybody actually watches my videos. I got 100. I got 100
occasionally.
subscribers now.
That's
good.
Yeah, I finally hit 100 subscribers.
That's an interesting statement right there. I did a
Yeah.
video about author engagement, not that anyone watches my videos.
Yeah.
I know. Herman's like the mixed signals marketing guru here.
It's fantastic.
But the thing is you got to get out there and you gotta promote your books. And the funny thing
Not
is
by telling people about them, just by giving them a bookmark.
Yeah.
And then shouting buy my book as loud as you can. And
no
refusing to
no
elaborate.
spoilers. No spoilers. Well, there's a
No.
certain amount. There's a certain amount you have to be tight-lipped about it because you don't.
Absolutely.
You don't want to spoil anything. So
Spoil everything.
no. But that's something I picked up when I was at BaseCon last year. Was I was actually surprised about how interacting with the fans and how much more important that is than putting your book out on frickin' Amazon. Because I'll never forget when I left BaseCon, I asked one guy, I said, are you coming next year? And he goes, well, if you're going to be here, I will. And I'm like, because I wasn't sure I was going to go to BaseCon. And so I went and I signed up and I got home. So that guy will probably buy the next book. But
that's good.
Yeah, but a lot of authors, they don't want to engage. They want to sit in their little hole and type away and just release books, and it doesn't work like that.
Our job is to write things.
But you also got to get out there and you got to sell. Even if you're going through a big publisher, you got to get out there. You got to sell. You got to get people. It's the reason why Brandon Sanderson is such a public figure.
I gotta push back on that a little bit. He's a public figure in the circle, yes, but go anywhere and spend an afternoon asking people if they know who Brandon Sanderson is.
Well, they don't have to. They have to know that he's there and they go meet him. I mean, you're going to, at one point or another, if you get big enough, you're going to have to go out there and do meets and greets and signings. So you best.
Yeah, but that's a little bit cart before the horse. Yeah, my biggest issue with the Sanderson statement is always those of us who have maybe, if we're lucky, 100 people that buy our stuff on the regular.
Well,
talking about fan interactions, we're on the level of that.
I mean, I think that you need to have a product to communicate with people about, or you have to have something to connect with people over. I think that Brandon Sanderson's probably a bad example just because of the background that he had. You know what I mean? He was given an opportunity, but part of that was because he was networking on the writing side as well. You know what I mean? With other authors and editors and things like that.
No, he was also teaching students how to write too.
Yeah. And
in the mainstream publishing sphere to begin with.
Well, yeah, but my point is that he was kind of an anomaly, right? But if you want to look at somebody who's in our space, I would say John A. Douglas.
Yeah.
I mean, he finally got around to, getting his book published, and he was able to capitalize on all the, I'm just busting his balls there. He got his book published as quick as he could, but it was funny that, and people gave him a hard time about being the guy who was, listing himself as an author of a book that hadn't been published yet. But I mean, it worked out and it works for him. But that's why I say you either need to have something to offer people right away, or regardless, you have to have something to offer people right away. It either needs to be a book, you're the piece of content that you're trying to sell, or it needs to be something else that they want. And in John's case, it's his various YouTube or his very insightful social media presence that's only gotten
Yeah.
banned like 4 times now. But
Yeah.
You can actually see him light the flamethrower as he
Yeah,
logged into
right,
Twitter. So
He's constantly dropping the grenade at his feet. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love John. I love what he does. He just like I have said this. I'm like, John, like I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, and the first thing on my page is just John taking a broadsword to somebody, and I'm just like, all right, like,
yeah,
I'm
moving on.
I'm just gonna let John do that.
Oh, that's
and,
fine. Yeah.
Like, and every so often, John will tag me in on something, and I'm like, oh,
No, please no.
all right, what are we doing here?
I'll do a little show
Yay,
off of
Flip
Flip City
City.
Mag because she said hello yesterday, and I didn't have the magazine within reach at the time.
Yeah, and she is in the chat right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So go check out Flip City Mag, guys. If
Isn't
you
this
want
supposed
some
to be about
some
me?
more politically acerbic
Yes.
wits.
It's supposed to be about me, guys.
It's supposed to be about Hedge, but we're going to talk about Flip City.
Anyway, so
Well, I was going to
let's
tell
keep
Daniel that I
talking
wanted to
about
fight with
John
him
A.
because I
Douglas
wanted
and
to fight.
Flip City Mag and
Come
I,
on.
I wanted to fight. Well, no, so
What-
you were talking
no,
about kind of putting the cart in front of the horse about, kind of having that audience that, or having that audience.
No. That wasn't what I was talking about.
I have my ears and I can hear you.
Okay.
Come on, elaborate.
So, what I was talking about was using the Sanderson argument. Sanderson was a mainstream author.
God, fuck,
that-
Hedge.
Nice. That went indie. That's the other direction. He had
God, that's
the
such
audience.
a terrible. If you're gonna do it, you gotta go. That's how you do it.
He had the audience because of his attachment to a already established beloved series, and then he proved his capability to all of those people that read those books with his own stuff. But we in this space, we're going in the opposite direction. So the Sanderson system doesn't work for us.
No, but the system that does, I actually came across a channel that was talking about. It talks about businesses and like how a lot of these multi-billion-dollar businesses today were started back in like the 1800s and stuff like that, and like it originates. And I freaking love it. It's the channel is fantastic. I've shared it in the Gilded a bunch of times, but the amount of people out there who started a business in worse off shape than any author in the chat right now, and they made billion-dollar businesses out of it just from sheer ground game. And that is still applicable
Define
today.
ground game.
Oh, going out, talking to people, networking,
Freaking cons.
going to cons, going like the ground game. Like Daniel, my wife and I are putting you in comic shops. Like fuck off. Like you've got ground game. Like we're like, but the sheer amount of ground game that these guys, we're talking about. I mean, you go back to oh god, who was one of the ones? It wasn't Versace, although he was one of them. But you like IKEA had the guy who started IKEA. He did something very similar. You had the guys that did Aldi. They did something very similar. You had guys that did Ford, Henry Ford. He did something like all these guys just had aggressive ground game and just went after it. The channel, by the way, is called Magnates Media. The guy who built McDonald's, not the people who started McDonald's, because they were kind of lazy fucks. And
Ed Koch.
I half believe Ray, what was it? Ray something.
Ray Kroc.
Yeah, but he basically built McDonald's into the billion-dollar industry that it is. But it was all ground game. It was all going out. It was all meeting with people. Like, never underestimate the ground game, guys. Never underestimate the ground game. You might talk with 100 people and only 2 of them will buy your book that day. But all of a sudden, now those two people can go, well, man, I met this guy. He was super nice. He was really charismatic. I bought his book. I actually really liked it. Like, he's a newer writer, so he's got some things. But here's the thing is, like, you hit that ground game off the bat, people will forgive you for some of your faults and your mistakes in your writing. Because they're like, man, I met him. He was a good guy, and I can see that he's building. And damn it, dude, that ground game is huge. So, no, you can't necessarily start off with, like, the Sanderson approach, because Sanderson, again, kind of, our perception of where he started is different than where he actually started, but our perception of where he started, which is he came from, mainstream publishing into indie publishing, which is, he most likely started off somewhere else. I don't actually
There was a whole
know.
decade previous to his attachment to Wheel of Time that
No, but
was
he
practically
was
unknown.
he was a big author back then too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My point is that he's public, and he goes out there and he goes. I mean, cripes, they got a freaking theme park after one of his freaking book series. And he used to go teach writing, or he would go in and teach writing at these, at the college. His courses are on, and he has public videos and all that other stuff. The other thing, but it's not just Sanderson. I want to point out I honestly believe that there is a whole population of people out there, and I think it's larger than most people assume, that have been turned off by the big publishing industry. They are not getting what they want because of all the algorithms and all the online stuff that's made to steer people to products they want are steering them to the products that are available.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of people who have gotten turned off by basically buying stuff from Amazon or all these other places that they are willing to take a chance on your book. That's why cons, I think, are so important. And it's important that you get out there and you do the public stuff. Last con I went to, I sold less than 50. I sold less than 60 books. Somewhere between 50 and 60. I probably could have sold more. I actually think I could have sold 70, but I sold out. Another guy I know, he went to a con recently. He sold out too. And I honestly think that if you find where your population is, if you're out there selling directly, you will probably find your audience. Let's say half of the people who read your book don't like it. That's still the half that does. And that half didn't know who the hell you were before they bought your book.
Yep.
So
That I will agree with.
So you can't sit at home and expect it to sell it on Amazon. Even I do paid ads. I sold more at one freaking con than I did with freaking paid ads at any given time.
And I was going there, which is online is not real.
No.
Well,
we really need to stop focusing on it.
Reward a certain thing, right? And if you aren't playing the online game, and you're not fully engaged with it, if that's not authentic to you, and I think that's generally not very. I don't know. It's very hard to play the online game, and it's a very highly competitive space. And if you're trying to buy advertising and things like that, it's one of these things where the ads are designed to extract money from you, not make you money.
You said something authentic to you, and that's where I think, and
opposed to what he normally doesn't do.
But I think that's why that's one of the tough things to get in is it's not authentic to a lot of authors because they want to write the books, they want to get them in people's hands.
You're authentic.
But that's I lost my train of thought. Richard, I'm sorry. What was that? What were you going for, Richard? I'm sorry.
Score.
I was just going that in the direction of saying that we really need to lean into what it is that you as a creative are comfortable doing and what you like doing. You know what I mean? And if you really don't want to get out there and market things, you need to build relationships for people who can. You know what I mean?
That is
Yes, we know what you mean.
Let's give him a moment. Let's give him a moment. It's all
That
right.
was a really good fucking point, Richard. Sorry. Fuck you, Hedge. Fuck you, Hedge.
I'm just going to look disapprovingly at Royce here.
Why me? I didn't start this shit.
It's your fault. You're the host.
It's your stream. You lost control of it there.
I
This
blame
is ultimately
you.
your fault. You're responsible here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
jerk face.
Although points for Herman pissing himself.
The Hedge has entered the depend stage of his life.
Incontinence is an issue in the elder.
It'll dry up eventually.
It'll just soak into the seat.
Oh, it's too late. Too late for that. All right.
You know, it's not quite 9:30 yet. But
You ready to sign out, Richard?
boy, I'm counting down the minutes.
Anyways,
Oh man.
yeah, you're absolutely right though, in my opinion, Richard. You do have to do what you're comfortable with when it comes to marketing and things like that, but you also need to challenge yourself.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out.
Ignore the two chuckleheads.
They don't make it easy, do they?
Mm-hmm.
I muted myself so I didn't fucking interrupt you bastards. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I guess I probably should have done that. Oh well.
We do, those of us in the indie space do need to challenge ourselves at least to evolve, not
or
just
pick something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's part of it is that I think people should pick something that they feel comfortable doing that is that they can do and they actually enjoy. You know, do you want to write reviews? Do you hate being on camera? You know what I mean? Are you do you have like a situation where you don't feel comfortable talking in front of people? You know, is it easier for you to meet people in person, even if it's kind of anxious? It's like, okay, it's on a con, but like only one or two people are going to be coming up to you at a time, so it's much more manageable. You figure out what you're comfortable with and do that. You know, so I think that one of the problems is that everybody's like, oh, well, I need to build a YouTube channel. I need to do this. I need to do that because that worked for somebody else. But
the problem behind it all is that writing is a very introverted process in and of itself, and that's why a lot of people who have introverted traits cleave to it so much. But in order to successfully do it and make a financial reward from it, you have to take part in extroverted activities, which is very difficult for people who lean towards, more isolation.
Well, while that's true, I will tell you this. I actually enjoy interacting with the fans. Some more than others. But I actually enjoy interacting with the fans and listening to them and, hearing them discuss things and talking about different things that I do. If sometimes they ask, most of the times they don't because I don't care. But talking with them and giving them your ideas and listening to what they have and having that back and forth. And, you can sit down, and just shoot the crap with beer, and you'd be surprised at how that small amount of, interaction, that small amount of just conversation will create a certain amount of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
the other thing is that at some point or another, because everybody has to be their own salesman, you do have to hone your sales skills, and that means talking to people.
Well,
unfortunate, but true.
And I remember one of the things that changed me as a person when I was younger is being a young musician, wrote a couple of songs, and my brother and his wife, their birthdays are in the same month. And so instead of like doing two different birthday gatherings, they just do one like right in the middle, because one was at the beginning of the month, one's at the end of the month. And I told my brother, I said, hey man, I was like, I obviously can't buy you anything, but I wrote some songs and I'd like to play you guys some songs for your birthday. And my brother knew how I was, and I was terrified. I was terrified to fucking play in front of people. Like start shaking bad, like knees would almost collapse out from under me. And my brother looked at me and he goes, okay. He goes, absolutely, dude. He's like, I love that you want to do that for us. He's like, it's something personal that you did. He's like, but here's the deal. If you're going to play these songs, you're going to play them for us in front of everybody downstairs. Cause I talked with my brother privately, like up, I was like, hey, like we were talking like in the upstairs, like one of the guest bedrooms. And so my brother put me on the spot. He's like, yeah, yeah, you can absolutely play these songs for me and my wife's birthday, but you're going to do it in front of everybody. In front of like 35 fucking people that were there.
Naked.
No, not. I might as well have been, dude. It was fucking terrifying. But and I found out so I did that. That was that first thing. That was that first time that I was like, okay, I've got to get over my fear of doing this. And I was like, oh my God, I did it and it wasn't that bad. And actually some people liked it. They're like, yeah, for a 15, 16-year-old kid, however the fuck old I was at the time. He's like, yeah, he's not doing bad. And the funny thing was every time I got on stage after that, I still had butterflies in my stomach. But once the first song was over, it went away.
Yeah.
People were, and that's the thing is the one thing is you find what you're good at and you do that thing. But then also there are things that are going to make you uncomfortable. Get good at doing those things, or at least become comfortable doing those things.
That's why I say challenge yourself.
Yeah. Challenge yourself. Never don't challenge yourself. Well, I think everybody who puts the pen to paper like you guys do, you challenge yourselves to put that story down.
Actually, I use a word processor.
Well, like my daughter refers to me as a snapping turtle, because if I have to come out of my shell, someone's getting bit. That's how I am in real life off of the internet. But
okay.
Like actually bit? Like you,
if I need to, yes, I will bite people. But
Jesus.
Anyways,
kinky.
Good to know.
Any of my clients can tell you that we have great conversations.
Well, I thought you were going to say that you know how to bite anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be
not that kind of client. Thanks.
You're not going to be barbecue.
That's how he's
all of that. You guys will see at the barbecue. Those of you that show up, you will see I can be quite the grumpy son of a bitch.
Oh God. Daniel's gonna start a fight at the barbecue. Great.
During my coaching sessions and anytime I'm out doing actual point of sale stuff at local fairs and cons and things like that, I have to put on the persona. But immediately afterwards, when all that shit closes down, she's like, brace for impact, because I become the grumpy son of a bitch. It puts a physical stress on me to do that, because I'm not an outgoing person, but I have learned how to by challenging myself to do it.
I'm not an
That's
outgoing
so
person
weird.
either, but so long as I got Royce to annoy,
Yeah.
I don't.
it works
That-
for me.
I feel like Hedge. I feel like you've just grown more apathetic with age rather than gotten.
Oh, you
extroverted.
have no idea.
All right.
Apathy was 10 years ago.
Apathy was that. No, let me tell you something, Sonny. Back in my
Look at here, Junior.
I was gonna say Herman's more like the wrinkly naked old man walking around the changing room at the gym, and it's like, oh God, he just doesn't care anymore.
With black socks and sandals.
Right.
There you go.
Jesus,
There
they
you
hang
go.
that low when you get that old? Fuck. It's like a grandfather clock. It's just, oh my God.
Well, not if you use clothespins.
Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck.
Complicated pulley system.
Fuck.
Certain amount of folding involved.
No. Oh, no.
Tucking.
No. Oh, God. I did this to myself. Fuck.
You went there. I'm just taking it to its
Oh, God.
to its furthest extent.
Oh. Well, before we continue on that road, Richard, are you good to hang
I was
out?
actually
Run,
thinking to
Richard,
myself, I was like,
run.
this is probably the time when I want to dip out.
You didn't have fun?
I mean, how could I not have fun, Herman?
Lie,
This
you
was
fool.
nothing but fun. I would say. Although I'm not sure if I should put those two words next to each other with you children around. Anyway, yes. Anyway,
Not going there.
everybody, I enjoyed talking to you, man. I really loved the book. I have badgered him into letting me read the latest edition, and
Did you ever read the second part?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
You didn't tell me whether you liked it or not.
He's
Well,
he's
I
withholding
tried-
his
I'm trying to be
criticism
nice,
so you don't
Herman. No,
cry.
I liked it.
Guys,
Good.
yeah, Richard is with his reviews the way that you are with any sort of teaser.
Buy my book.
By his review. Anyway, what?
No. I'm going to put the review together, but I've just been, super busy lately. So, that's coming.
Super
Don't worry.
busy.
I'll get you your pull quote, Herman. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so I'll be talking to everybody tomorrow night. I will shill quickly. Anvil number 4, anvilmagazine.com. And tomorrow night, I just confirmed, I will be talking about 40K with Arch and Mage Leader. So
There you
that'll
go,
be
man.
a fun one at 9:30.
Very nice.
So it's a little bit later because that's what Arch needed. But, hey, should be a good time. And thanks for swinging by, Herman. I had fun, even if Royce didn't. And especially because Royce didn't. So
Yeah.
good night, everybody.
It's kind of like, the fun where you poke the puppy to make it scream. Anyways,
What the fuck?
can I mention this again?
No, you don't get away. You're talking about poking puppies to make him. Anyway. Oh, good Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have anything to ask the Hedge about his upcoming book and or just want to make fun of me, this is where we engage with the chat. We do not have any more super chats waiting. We do have a member chat from Kikomon. Member for 18 months says, woo, 3-week business trip is complete. Yeah, Kikomon got a new job. He's been traveling around the world and going checking out some things. It's really, really cool. I believe Kikomon will be at the barbecue as well. So we're going to be gathering. I have to figure out how the hell I'm going to put together the live set for that. And it's why I'm building a shed.
Don't you already have a shed?
No, I don't.
Where do you keep the chickens?
No, the chickens are on my property. The chickens, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, no, they're not here. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm
Store
going to
them.
need an auxiliary seat of power, so make sure you have that set up for me.
I don't. I used to, but I don't.
You've got time.
It's not going to happen. You're going to get a folding chair like everybody else.
Yes,
Oh,
Resident,
God.
he's finally acknowledging you because,
Well, I won't acknowledge. No, I won't.
I'll acknowledge you. I'll
I won't.
validate
No,
you.
I won't.
You
I
are
don't.
seen and you are heard.
Now get fucked. Anyway, what? Sorry. That was.
We were talking about engagement with fans.
No. Well, and
That's Royce's style.
That's probably the wrong persona you want to put on.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No. So engaging
He's
with
making
people.
himself a target.
What's funny is I have never had issues, and a lot of people, and I don't know how other people are with this, but you may not realize this, but you might actually be good in just casual conversation with people, but you might be bad in like presentations or so on. Like me, no issues jumping into a crowd of people talking with people. No issues with that at all. I actually have no issues with public speaking. I get up and public speak because I've been doing that since grade school because it was mandatory in school. They taught us how to do it, so on and so forth. Getting up in front of people and performing in a band and singing and playing music in front of people terrified the absolute fuck out of me. In a way that I was not a part of my personality. And like I said, that one day my brother was like, all right, you're going to do this, but you're going to do it in front of everybody. That broke me of that. It was like I had to do it. I had that thing that you're scared to do. It's like, well, I'm afraid to go on a live stream, or I'm afraid to go. Actually, Daniel, you did that here. Like Daniel, like everybody's like, oh, we love Daniel on the live streams now. I didn't know this until almost a year after I known you. Daniel was terrified to be on the live stream the first night he got on with us.
Yep.
But he did it anyway.
It's true.
The first live stream I ever hosted was with RH Snow, and that was easy. I didn't have to say a damn word.
Right? I love that woman to death.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her to death. She carries this show. We've got to have her back on. Have we had her back on?
No,
we've had her
while.
on guest panels, but we haven't had her just for her on it. We've got to get RH Snow back on. I love that woman to death. She's so fucking awesome.
She was nominated for another Prometheus Award. She didn't make the finalist though.
Oh,
nomination's good enough for me.
That's twice now. 2 nominations.
A Resident one. I just did panels at cons. Turns out they're fun, and even big names are just people too.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
That's another thing people seem to forget is there's a certain element of networking that you have to do, because you'll get let's be honest, you get in with bigger authors who will promote you, and that helps. So,
oh shit!
If they do. That is true.
Like,
there was a time like for almost 10 years, other than going to work and speaking to a classroom full of children, that I fully believed nobody wanted to hear anything I had to say.
That's such a weird thing because
kind of sounds like being married.
Wouldn't know. Well,
I
was
here's
married
the
at one
problem
point,
is I don't actually have that type of marriage, so I got it. Yeah, I take jokes literally. That's my problem. Now, what's so weird is in the day and age that we live in, we actually live in a day and age that somebody out there does want to hear what you have to say. Now,
yep.
They may not know it yet, but once they come across your stuff, it's like, I mean, I kind of stumbled into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, nobody's going to really give a shit about me talking about Eric July and what's the fucking point of the Ripperverse. And all of a sudden, here we are years later. And it's like, wow. Actually, turns out a good chunk of people gave a fuck what I had to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting. And I think the frame of mind is, well, yeah, nobody cares what you have to say if you're not putting it out there. But if you put it out there and someone comes across it, they're going to realize, oh shit, they do care about it. But they just didn't know that you were there before. So give them a reason to know that you're there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest thing. Give people a reason to know that you are there.
And have something to say.
Well,
mean,
I think the reason why people are looking is because people have been talking, sort of suck at it. You know, Disney is falling down all over the place. People are looking for better entertainment.
Well, and yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Of course I'm not. I'm older than you.
That don't make you right. Age don't equal wisdom, Hedge.
Fight.
I learned that a
Yes.
long time ago.
Fight.
Yes, it does.
Fight.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Listen, respect your elders, young man.
Dude, I tell my elders to stop being fucking dumbasses all the fucking time at work because they're doing shit that I don't want to fucking
Okay,
deal
I'm
with.
bringing back the mask. I talk to people all the time, and I can say whatever I want. Here, I'm going to drink another White Claw.
I need to make those fucking masks for merch. That's such
See,
Like,
there's a good
it's
reason why I come on
fucking
here.
great. I need to
Sooner
figure
rather
out how to
than later.
fucking do that.
Because then everybody can show up at the
Did-
barbecue wearing Royce's face.
Yeah.
No, did you see the new goat? Did you see the new goat shirt, Hedge?
What, this one?
No,
Not that one.
No, the new goat shirt. You didn't see
He
it?
put out new merch shirt.
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
out new merch. Did you see it?
Show me the merch. Even though it's
Show
supposed to
me
be about
the merch.
promoting my book, we'll see your merch.
You weren't promoting your book to begin with. It's
Yes,
fine.
I was. I was promoting my book. I was
Yeah.
promoting it. I was promoting it
Yeah,
subliminally.
with what fucking teasers? Hey, what's your teaser?
Subliminally.
Buy my book. But what's in the book? Buy it. Then you'll know what's in the book. But
Mind
Yeah, no
powers.
spoilers.
Mind powers. Right.
Hey
through
guys,
the
you should
internet.
go check out the Teespring. That's the sticker.
I
That's the,
already saw that.
Okay, well, I
Really?
asked you if you
Really?
saw it.
Really?
I asked you if you saw it. What the
Well,
fuck?
you showed it to us
We got
before,
T-shirts.
and I wanted it.
We got there. It is. It's T-shirts. He's got a beer. He wears that's a bomber jacket, which I'm okay with. The bomber jacket actually fits.
Why doesn't he wear a wig?
He's got horns. There's nowhere up there for a wig.
There's always a spot for a wig.
I genuinely don't remember who made that either. Like somebody AI generated that and like sent it to me, and I don't fucking remember who did it. And it pisses me
They
off.
missed the
'cause
golden opportunity to put a White Claw in that hand, though.
No, the White Claw joke wasn't a joke when that came in.
Well,
Like,
somebody get on it then.
Like the White Claw joke wasn't a joke when that came in. I need to do better with my merch stuff because honestly, I know people love sitting in super chats and stuff like that, but I would much rather people like buy something and have something tangible for sending me money. Buy a sticker, buy a shirt, buy a mug. Like I would much rather people do that than send in super chats because then at least they like get something and not just like, my half-assed fucking comments with what they, you would, yeah. I don't know. I'm not good at the YouTube thing. Although I will say this, I'm relatively surprised with what my last video did after I re-uploaded it. That was very surprising.
So when you unboomered it,
Yeah. Well,
I can go put up a video.
there's a lot. I'll talk with you guys offline about it, but there is a lot that I am learning, and I'll talk with you guys offline about that.
Challenge
but,
yourself and evolve.
Yeah.
and interact or something.
Mhm.
What were we talking about? Again?
No, never interact.
I don't know.
Hide.
I'm
Flee from
drinking.
all crowds.
Flee! Flee for your lives! Bap! Ow! Fuck!
Yep.
We should.
It's one of my biggest fears, though. Somebody's going to catch me when I've like retreated fully into my shell after like a fair or small convention or something, and I'm just gonna hurt them verbally by accident because I need to let it out.
I'm not that way. Like it's not that way at all. Like I tell people this all the time. Like I hate going out. They're like, "Oh, you're an introvert." I'm like, "No."
So you normally get people to finger on the live stream?
What? Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not the first. But anyway, but I've had people like,
I
"Oh,
saw
so you're
that.
like an introvert," and I'm like,
saw
"No."
that.
I'm like, "No, I'll have 30 or 40
no.
people at my house, and I will entertain guests all fucking
saw
day. I
that.
love it. I love it." And they're like, "What? But why don't you like going out?" I'm like, "Because I don't like going out into situations that I'm not in control of. If I am in a public place and I'm monitoring exits and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and there's 100 people around, that's a different situation. If I'm at my house and there are people over that I know, that I recognize, I'm in control of the situation, I'll entertain 30 or 40 people. Are like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, no, it's not. It's called being a control freak, you fucks. There's a big difference. Like,
You
like,
control freak? No, get out.
I know, right? Who would have thunk it?
I'm shocked.
I know.
Shocked by that.
Shocked, I say. Shocked.
Shocked.
Just,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Bamboozled. Wait, what?
No.
Gay? No,
No.
that's not what we're looking for.
No, you are gay.
No.
He's definitely seen one up close.
What the fuck is
Dude, my parents are
I
florists.
Stay gold, pony boy, stay gold.
You've got definite Brokeback vibes going on there.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Hence the memes that Hedge
Just
created.
can't quit, you Richard.
I'm so
They
glad
do
I've
have a
never
little
seen-
bit of guy love going on.
You know, I think we do have a meme for that.
Oh, no,
somewhere.
you have
Yes, we
several
do.
memes for that.
Several.
Not just one.
Yeah.
There's like 5.
There, I remember fully at least 3 romance novel covers with their faces. Yes.
You
That
were
was-
one of
that
them.
was
You
actually
were
all-
one of them.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I
all,
was on one of them. Yes.
that was all done
fuck.
by Mike.
Yeah, that's true. It was
Oh,
done
Mike did all
by Mark
those?
S. Miller.
Yes.
Yes.
Mark-
Fuck
He
Mike.
did the he also did the Mark S. Miller. He also did the
That's fucking cool.
Royce. It was the Dylan Mulvaney version of Royce with the Bud Light.
Oh my god, I forgot about
Yep.
that one. Oh fuck. Yeah, that was that. All right, that one was good. That one was.
Mike is quick and effective with the memery.
I
Yes.
thought that was you. No, it was
No.
Mike. Oh, now I know who to blame. I'm
No,
gonna-
I was Burt Reynolds and the cover of Bride.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. Fuck. God, there's so many. I can't believe how many memes that I have. I can't even imagine. Like I can't believe how many memes I fucking. Actually, I used a meme that somebody made of me. And I'm using it for a thumbnail for an upcoming video, which I'm hopefully gonna sit down, write the script, and record tomorrow, and it'll be out next week or the week after. I don't know. I don't know if I'm on a 1-week schedule or 2-week schedule now because doing the new video schedule is crazy. But yeah, I gotta figure all that out. Oh, hey guys, I got a question for everybody. Hey,
No.
wow, that's kind of fucking gay. Like, anyway, I'm gonna ask my question anyway. Hey, what do we name what do we name the mascot? I feel like he has an H name, like a. I was gonna call him Henry, but he's not quite Henry.
I still say Goober, but you know,
I'll call him Goyce.
Voice.
Mm.
have
Yeah.
another drink.
Chat,
Daniel.
chat. What are we
Okay.
naming the new mascot?
Oh.
Of a drink with crazy, because I actually really like this. I think it's freaking great. What are we naming the new mascot? I was like Henry. My wife actually said an H name as well, and I can't remember what she said.
We can call him Herman.
No, he's not a Herman.
Mm,
No, he's not a Herman. Heinrich, horny. voice. No. Oh God, the chat's just like we're on this. The chat understands the assignment.
Headley Lamar.
Uh,
Headley.
Grover Goat. No, not there. No, not Grover Goat. Harold. That's not a Harold. I don't. Anybody got any good Australian names? I look at him and I'm like, he sounds Australian, and I want to do like the worst. Like I'm gonna put him as a character in videos. Like I'm gonna edit him into videos, like yelling at me to do and Hanley. Oh Hanley the Goat. Ooh, I don't mind Hanley. Hamish. No, I don't like Hamish. Hanley, I don't mind. But I want to give him the worst just American version of an Australian accent that I can fucking muster.
Jaime.
Cultural appropriation.
No, it was approved by my Uncle Bancroft. It's fine.
Jaime.
Okay.
Yeah. Hank the Goat. Right. Damn it, boy.
Hey, Pixel. Pixel Trader is in that.
What
Hey,
up,
what's going on,
Pixel
Pixel?
Trader?
Horatio. Oh, God. Then it's Bruce. Oh, no.
And John Douglas and AC
Right.
Pritchard.
I want to
Eric
give him.
Black.
I want to give him some like horrible like.
Actually,
Well,
aren't you
hi,
supposed to be
John.
doing this? The announcing of the people in the chat? That what I got to do this?
I already announced the people.
It's
Why
your
would you-
stream.
You know, aren't you supposed to be promoting my freaking book, not your freaking goat?
You're supposed to be promoting your book. I'm supposed.
Yeah,
to be
you
promoting
failed,
you.
so Royce has moved on.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Do
I've
better.
always told people it's not my job to promote your book. Like it's my job to promote you as a person. And you sitting here giving me shit, believe it or not, accomplishes that goal. And there it is. Hudson. I don't know. Hugo the Goat. I don't- what's a good Australian? What's a good Australian name that starts with an H? I've got to talk with like Shad M. Brooks. I've got to talk with Shad M. Brooks, and I've got to talk with Michael Bancroft and be like, okay,
Dude,
guys,
Dude,
phonetically,
they're all English.
you know,
Yeah.
You know, that's
I like, oh, you bloody bugger. Like, go buy some merch from A Drink with Crazy. Like, it's just some shit like that. Like, I got to figure it out. I don't know.
Put
Aaron.
another shrimp on the barbie.
Right.
Yeah, let's get really
Right.
Stupid
Or just
about
get
it.
just stupid about it. Yeah. Just like, oi, well, I
I
drink
say
with Crazy.
Sheila.
Well, I drink with, right. I drink with Crazy. I drink with Crazy's putting, I drink with Crazy's putting some ribs on the barbie. You guys should go to the Drink with Crazy Teespring. And no, it turns into a gutter snipe fucking English accent. I can't do it. I need to practice that. I don't know. What's the name for the goat, guys?
I like
Hackman?
Kirby.
Bambo Ceres suggests Hieronymus.
No, I
It's
don't
too
know.
long.
Hermione.
No,
Hermione?
yeah, no. Haddon, no. Halbert. Huey. Ooh, Huey's not bad. Huey the goat.
Still say Goober's better.
Hamish. Hamish isn't bad. Harry.
Hamish
Hal. It doesn't have to be an H name. You guys can be creative. I feel like it's an H name. Harambe. Hey, the Hedge. Where should we go to buy your book? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Buy it at this is my book. About time we got back to, like my freaking book.
Nobody cares about
My book, you
you.
can get it at Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it pretty much anywhere. I will also
Anywhere
be up
books
in
are
West.
sold.
Yeah, I'll also be up in West Branch on May 11th, and I will be doing a con there. And I will also be at BaseCon in September. If you guys want to come, that's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And actually, it's going to be a bigger venue this year, apparently.
Oh,
They've
that's
got-
awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I am a featured guest there, although I probably won't be doing anything other than being a featured guest.
He'll be standing in the middle of the convention yelling, "Buy my book."
Look at me! Look at me! I'm featured guest, dude.
I'm special.
I'm so special. I'm an author, and I'm special featured.
I'm
guest.
special. What?
I go to lunch. I go to breakfast. You can hang out with me.
Did you buy my book? Did you buy
Did
my
you
book?
buy my book?
Buy my book.
So, Revenant and the Cult. The second one will be coming out hopefully before the end of this year, and I may
That
very
one's
well
called
may
The
be doing.
Chicken and the Egg.
Yes, no, it's going to be Revenant and the Cult book too.
That's the best. That's gold right there. If you guys
It
don't get
is
that
too,
fucking joke, that's gold.
I get it.
Okay, thank you.
But anyways, so you just had to interrupt me out there. That's fine. And
Fuck you, Hedge. You're so old, you probably forgot what you were talking about anyway.
no, I remember exactly what I was talking about. You had to interrupt me.
He hasn't reached senility yet.
I gotta display something and you think, oh, I could have another white cloth.
When he starts really thinking he's you, then we know he's crossed that line.
Jesus.
Those masks are gonna sell like freaking hotcakes. I'm telling you right now.
I need to make those masks. I need to make them. That's not even a lie. I have to find a place that will make those masks that are like on demand that I can fucking sell them. Would you do me a favor? Put that over like a white sheet or something and take a picture of it so I can like cut it out easily and put it like I've got to fucking send those.
Yeah, do all the work for him.
No, I just need him to take a picture of it for me.
You have your own face, Royce.
No, but I don't have the one that he cut out, and it's less funny if I make it.
No, I can actually give you the image for it. All I did is I took the image. It's transparent, and all I did was I put that on a Word, on a page, a Word page, and I just expanded it up so it took up most of the page, and printed it. That's it.
Okay, yeah. If you would send that to me,
I'll send
please.
that to you.
Yes. You have my email. Apparently, Hedge P. Riley. What the fuck happened there? From hedgyland.hedge. Where can we find you? What do you do?
At hedgyland.hedge.
I wasn't done promoting my book, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No,
all right.
No, by all means, continue.
The audiobook's not out yet. It'll be out. It's done by Steve Fortune. And okay, I'm done.
Well, then I am Hedgiel P. Hedge of hedgyland.hedge.
Don't ask him anymore. He may bite you.
I've been drinking straight from the High West bottle, folks.
Oh,
you're not going to get much more out of me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here on Irish Nights. Wow, that was worse.
Iron Age
Nights, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fantastic. Oh my God! What? You guys were talking. I was trying to say goodbye.
Wait. I'm going to be Hedge for a moment. The
Somebody
mic is still on.
Yeah, there's somebody saying that it's a hot mic, dude.
Oh, fuck off.
Might want to turn off your mic.
Damn you, oh, jeez.
Hot mic.
Derp, Mike, con Dios.
I'm Royce Rice, and I'm crazy, and I got to drink more white claw.
I fucking hate you both. I'm gonna click that. You know what? When you put your life on the internet, it's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Thunderdome, bitch.
You guys have been awesome. How are you guys talking over the music? As usual.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't forget IAK Sunday, people. I'm not too drunk to remind you of that.
Oh, hey, yeah. I go live in the morning. Danny goes live in the afternoon. Richard goes live at night. Subscribe to all of our channels. Oh, yeah, and by the way, go subscribe to ADWC Replay. That's where all of the live streams will be after they are not live anymore. That's where you can find all the VODs. I got to upload a lot of live streams, I found out. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here on Iron Age Nights. I think we're playing Star Shattered tomorrow, hopefully. And as always, until next time, cheers, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye, book.
And good night, Hedge.
Nobody wants to buy your book, Hedge.
Everybody wants to buy my book.
I don't think they do.
Yes, they do. Buy it!
Buy my book.
God, this is what happens when you let boomers on stream. Anyway, all right, later, guys.
Buy it. Buy it.
You gotta go treat the quick.